Now we have to talk about the Sex and the City reboot and Just Like That. Now you might be wondering, why the hell am I watching the Sex and the City reboot? Is it one of the most horrible shows on television? Absolutely. But I've already invested all of this time, okay? It's almost like a bad relationship. It's like, you've invested all of these years. Am I gonna walk? Or am I going to stay? That's how I feel with the Sex and the City reboot. And I know most of you feel the same way. You guys write me and you say you hate watching Sex and the City because you've already invested all this time. You've watched Carrie whore herself out through the streets of New York City for decades. What's another couple of seasons within Just Like That? So in this reboot, finally, and I don't care if this is a spoiler, it's a spoiler we have to discuss. We are finally done with Aidan. Aidan is gone. Thank you, God. Aidan is gone, okay? Shout out to all the woodworkers and the carpenters. I love a man who can work with his hands. But Aidan, I couldn't stand. I've always been Team Big since I was 2 years old, okay? Sex and the City premiered when I was like 6 months old. I don't know what I was doing watching Sex and the City. Explains a lot, you guys. But I've never been Team Aidan. I've always been Team Mr. Big. And so now they've finally gotten rid of Aidan, okay? They've finally broken up. He's gone back to Virginia to be with his ne'er-do-well family and the wife and the kid who's like throwing shit through windows, okay? So they've gone back to Virginia, Aidan and the whole crew. Carrie is now probably going to enter into some type of relationship with the pipe-smoking author who lives downstairs in Gramercy Park in this multi-million dollar home she's purchased. But I did a poll on Instagram, okay? I was curious. I did a poll on Instagram. I said, I want to see, are you guys, after 30 years of this broad going between one man and the other, are you Team Mr. Big or are you Team Aidan? And the poll results overwhelmingly chose Mr. Big. So Mr. Big, 76%, Aidan, 24%, which tells us Mr. Big, maybe they shouldn't have killed him off. Okay, I'm still upset. Y'all killed off this handsome, conservative, successful man, but I think it speaks to the culture and the writers on Sex and the City. You're really not allowed to have a tall, handsome, masculine, macho, conservative guy on TV anymore. They had to kill him off in lieu of all of the wokeness. They killed off Mr. Big, and then they put this Che Diaz, non-binary, stand-up comic, pro-Palestine person on the show. Right? They made Miranda a lesbian who's going through a late in life journey. Great, good for her. They bring in Rosie O'Donnell. To Sex and the City to try to save it and revive it. Here's my advice to anyone who's a producer, director. You know, I don't know a thing or two about Hollywood, right? I'm just sitting here yapping my mouth about politics and culture here to you guys. But my advice, my 2 cents unsolicited is this. If your show is flopping, you might not want to call in Rosie O'Donnell, okay? If Rosie O'Donnell is the person you think you're going to call to save your sinking ship of a crap show, you might want to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so Carrie and Mr. Big, they were that iconic couple. Unfortunately, they killed off Mr. Big because you can't have a handsome, nice man anymore. But Mr. Big, the amount of people who wrote me saying they were Team Mr. Big was overwhelming. I've talked about everything, right? I covered the entire election. I made thousands of videos during the 2024 election. I go on TV shows and talk about politics. I have never gotten more of a response to anything than when I said, bring back Mr. Big. We love Mr. Big. Okay, he's handsome. He's suave. Is he a little emotionally unavailable? Yes, but I would let Mr. Big ruin my life. Okay, I'd let Mr. Big take me for a spin around the block. You know what I'm saying? Because Mr. Big, he's handsome, he's tall, he's conservative and successful. I keep going back to the drawing board, okay? And the reason Carrie wanted Mr. Big so badly, if we break it down psychologically, the reason Carrie wanted Mr. Big so badly is because he was secure and chilling and not giving her, and I mean actually just chilling, doing his work. He was not giving her that gratification she constantly needed, right? She was always looking for this outside validation from men. And the fact that Mr. Big, he was like, meh, okay, that is what she couldn't stand, right? She was always chasing after him because he was so secure and doing his own thing. And I always say that, that's always my relationship advice. If you want to get someone's attention, give them no attention. Okay, give them no attention and they will come crawling back to you. That is always my advice. If you want a guy to go out with you, ladies, do not constantly hit him up. Don't try to show up at his gym. Don't try to run into him at Starbucks. Okay, give him nothing. Okay, if you give these men nothing, they will give you everything. That is my advice to you, okay? If they stop getting that dopamine hit, if Carrie stopped being such a needy little whiny chick for Mr. Big and always desperate, and remember she was like calling him at midnight and saying, are you gonna come to my birthday? Are you this? Are you that? If she just stopped giving him attention, she would have him eating out of the palm of her hand. But because she was needy and desperate, he didn't see her as high value. You know what I'm saying? And in hindsight, In hindsight, was it the most realistic show to have this like successful Wall Street Mr. Big guy dating like a chain smoking, ratty sex columnist? No, but that's when the show was excellent because it was actually sexy and fun. So bring back Mr. Big, okay? And for the people saying he got canceled in real life and he got me too'd, I can separate the art from the artist. I will actually separate the art from the artist. In Sex and the City at this point, it has no plot. There's literally no plot to Sex and the City, so they could just bring back Mr. Big and pretend they never killed him off. I think we would all accept that. Tell me in the comments if you agree. Just bring back Mr. Big, pretend he did not die and have a heart attack on the Peloton and that Carrie waited 10 minutes to call the police, which was shady. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen. Bring them all back. Several people have written to me. They could just say that this is all a fever dream. This has all been a dream the last few years. Mr. Big never died. Bring it on back. Okay, that is what's going to revive your show. What made Sex and the City great and why a lot of women wanted to tune in, of course, to see the clothes and the relationships between the women, but they wanted to tune in to see these hot, handsome men gallivanting around New York City having sex. The show is called Sex and the City, and that's the one thing missing from the show at this point. So bring back Mr. Big. That's my advice to the Sex and the City producers.